As you may know, 2019 is continuing to be the year of animated sequels, and it has been a remarkable year thus far. We saw the third and final chapter of the How to Train Your Dragon trilogy, and we saw the returning faces of Emmett, Lucy, and the whole Lego gang. But as we end the first half of the year, it's time to do a double feature review with Illumination's Secret Life of Pets 2 and Pixar's Toy Story 4. Let's start off with Illumination Entertainment's second chapter of The Secret Life of Pets. I'm sure many of you can remember back in 2016, I reviewed the first film and I truly enjoyed it. Thanks to the animation, the humor, and especially the characters such as the scene stealing Snowball. So when the new trailers for the sequel came out, I was admittingly confused but still excited where this new adventure of these cuddly creatures would go. And after watching it, it turns out that there's actually 3 stories compiled into one feature with a common theme, and that is facing your fears.
First time here?
Yeah?
Oh, Dr. Francis is the best veterinarian in the business. You're gonna love him. He specializes in behavioral disorders.
But I don't have a behavioral disorder.
Yeah, I'm fine too. It's my human that's nuts. I mean, I bring her a dead bird, she throws it out. I bring her a dead mouse, right in the garbage. There's nothing I do good enough for you, mother!
The first story focuses on Max being overly protective to a new human friend, Liam, and constantly getting afraid of his surroundings. But later on, he receives bravery lessons by a gruff barnyard dog named Rooster, making this story the heart of the film. The second is about Gidget trying to find a way to get Max's prized squeaky toy back from a room full of vicious cats by camouflaging herself as one of them. This part succeeds strongly on the humor.
Eat sweet pea.
What?
Cats eat birds.
You're seriously gonna make her eat sweet pea?
Oh, no, of course not. I'm just...
Okay.
Gidget, no. That's bad dog. Bad cat dog.
Oh, sorry.
Finally, the third story is where the plucky white rabbit Snowball, or as he prefers to be known as his super ego Captain Snowball, helps out a sassy little pooch named Daisy to rescue a timid tiger from an evil-tempered circus owner. This story manages to rely on the action and the world built through the eyes of a pet. The animation is also an improvement on the first film, whether it's how the character animation is beautiful both on the animal movement and the facial expressions, or how grand the environments on not just New York City, but also the farmyard and traveling on planes, trains, and automobiles. And finally, there's the characters. Almost every character from the previous film are back with full delight, as well as their respective voice actors, with the only exception of Max, who is now played by Patton Oswalt. And honestly, I find his performance a lot more heartwarming and believable than Louis C.K.'s performance. And some of the new characters are worthy additions too, such as Harrison Ford as the tough but lovable Rooster, Tiffany Haddish as the spunky Daisy, Nick Kroll as the villainous circus owner Sergei, and I think it was a very nice touch to have a timid white tiger to be a mute character as a way to stand out differently from the rest of the furry cast. Overall, while it may not be as grand as the previous movie plot-wise, it does make up for it with eye-popping animation, hilarious comedy, and some heartwarming scenes to make it a fun-filled joyride. I recommend it for those who enjoyed the first film or for anyone who's an animal lover. It's a film to see in theaters at least once.
He got the jump on me. I guess I couldn't see him because of the cone.
Then get rid of the cone.
Man, I would, but my therapist says I need it. It's a medical device. These doctors... Ah!
There. You're cured. Hallelujah.
Now let's head on over to Pixar with their new chapter of the one that started it all. Woody, Buzz Lightyear, and the whole gang go out on a road trip adventure while welcoming a new reluctant toy named Forky, a handcrafted plastic spork made by Bonnie in kindergarten. But the adventure takes an unexpected reunion to Woody's long-lost love, Bo Peep, and what she has been up to since they have been so far apart.
Duke Kaboom, Canada's greatest stuntman. Oh yeah.
Huh?
Yes.
He's posing.
Yeah.
Duke, we need
Hold
to...
on, one more. Oh yeah.
Pixar never ceases to amaze me how they can balance the action, comedy, and heart so flawlessly. And in this case of Woody trying to make Forky being accepted as a toy instead of being considered trash while meeting Bo Peep after all these years is so exciting, funny, and especially heartwarming all at the same time. Pixar has also carried on their tradition of seeing the vast worlds through the eyes of a toy. In the case of this chapter, our heroes go through many locations such as a carnival, an old antique shop, and an RV. The attention to details on the backgrounds and the character animation on each different toy are fabulous to behold.
That's where Forky is being kept.
How do we get that key?
What about the old plush rush?
There you go.
Oh, where did you two come from?
Well, we're not doing that.
But what I especially love about this film is how the characters are developed old and new. Woody is trying to cope with not being played with as often as he used to, Buzz learning to trust his inner voice, seeing Bo Peep surviving in her new surroundings, and even though the rest of the characters don't get much screen time, each of them still have their moments to shine for just a few seconds. And like The Secret Life of Pets 2, the new characters in this film are welcomed additions too. Ducky and Bunny are hilarious comic reliefs thanks to the voice talents of Key and Peele. Gabby Gabby is a worthy antagonist, some of Bo Peep's new companions have a bit of charm, and even Forky, voiced by Tony Hale, was surprisingly enjoyable as the movie goes on. To be very honest, I thought Toy Story 3 would mark as the grand finale to this much beloved trilogy, but after watching Toy Story 4, I have to stand corrected. This is a film that must be seen by everyone. Whether you've grown up with the first 3 films, or if you're new to the franchise, it will leave a lasting impression for infinity and beyond. It is a solid gold nugget on the silver screen.